Recording now.
We'll go in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mics of the Round Table. I am your host this week, Sean Harrigan, and I am joined by a conflagration of panelists here as we go around the Horn Hill. Around the
What?
I don't even know. Around the Horn. Look, I'm in the bar. If you can tell, I'm drunk. So don't worry. We're going to be talking about that in a little bit. We're going to go around the horn here. Bill, Rowdy, Roddy, Tazi is with us. Bill, what's going on, man?
Woo!
Throw them devil horns up for the devils. From Mixtape Radio, we have the man with the fresh new haircut, Mike Shea. What's going on tonight, brother?
Not much, man. I'm drunk. So
you drunk too?
I'm
you.
About two. I've been home for like 10 minutes and I'm already on my second one. So
well, we want to find out what you're drinking in just a little bit, but as we see a man, obviously he's drinking wine from that giant goblet. From Suburban Paranormal, we have Dex Burgess. What's going on there, Spook Master?
Not much. As you said, drinking the wine tonight, mixing it up a little.
Getting classy, I like it. I myself have myself a beverage. Bottoms up, gentlemen. We are going to get into Skype. What?
Skype made your glass look invincible. Is great.
Oh, that's cool. We're thanks a lot, Skype, for picking that one up. Tonight on the episode here, we're going to talk about some of our favorite libations, drinks, if you were, things that, whether it's beer, whether it's hard stuff, whether it's girl drinks, whatever tickles your fancy at, things that you maybe did like previously that you could never drink again. And we're also going to get a little nostalgic with ourselves and talk about some of our past drunk stories. That's right. We want to hear the gritty, the nitty, and the dirty. So we're going to get into all of that here. Now, obviously, we want to just let everybody know that we are not here condoning drinking, anything like that. So if you do drink or gamble, make sure you call one of those hotline numbers. But in all seriousness, alcoholism is a thing, and we don't want to make light of it, but it is okay to enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen at home, if you're drinking along with us, please drink responsibly. So Dex, you have that nice goblet of wine there. What kind of wine is it, sir? You could be my Saulnier.
Going with what was in the fridge, which was a Moscato, a barefoot Moscato. See, look, this will probably be gone by the end of the show. I plan on it.
I can't do Moscato; it's too sweet.
I definitely agree with you, Bill. I'm not a wine drinker at all. My wife loves the Moscato, though. She's more of a white wine than a red wine drinker herself. It's something like I can only maybe take 1 or 2 sips of just to see how it tastes, but I couldn't sit there and drink a whole thing of it.
Every now and then, the mood strikes me to either have like red or white. I definitely think obviously food pairings, it makes perfect sense, but I'm not a regular wine drinker. I have certain favorites of reds and whites. If I'm gonna go with a white, I would probably do like a Riesling or a Pinot Grigio over a Moscato. But
Pinot Grigio.
Pinot Grigio. But the those real sugary, and that's where I feel like alcohol is dangerous, when things are super sugary. Like, even if you take something like vodka, which can absorb any flavor or anything that you add to it, just takes on and whatever you're doing with. But that's where I feel like it's dangerous, because when you take vodka and you take like a Red Bull, or you take vodka and something else, and if it's got a high sugar content, especially if you're adding juice or something, that was a good one. I don't know, it just fucks you up so much more. How about you guys? Do you find like sugary stuff like that tends to get you more lit or anything?
Well, I know there's something that like with carbonation and sugar that does make the alcohol enter your bloodstream faster. So I think that actually is it absorbs, so it gets into your blood a lot faster. So that is actually a thing. I don't have much of a sweet tooth except when it comes to booze. Like I love my hard ciders. I love, like, I'm drinking bourbon and Coke right now. So yeah, I love all that stuff. I'm not a big wine guy, period. I've never had a wine that I liked. Pretty much just bourbon and whiskey and cider for me. But yeah, I will say, I remember when I was working in radio, and one of the bars had 80-cent liquor night, and so we'd go down there on Wednesdays, and it was 80-cent house liquor. So, which just so I'm sitting here pounding back vodka Sprites or something because I'm like, hey, whatever, it's only costing me 80 cents. But then, like, I'd stand up after a couple hours and I'd have to sit right the hell back down because it would hit you.
Damn, we don't have no 80 cents around here. We've got $2 you call it's occasionally. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really gone to bars very much lately, but we used to have $2 you call it's.
2007 anymore.
I know, right?
This was back in 2007. So.
Yeah, well, the bar around here, the Stadium, was probably the most infamous of the joints around here that had a decent special, and it was Wednesdays, $2 you call it for shots, and they had dollar domestic bottles. So you can imagine the fuckery that we would get into when every time you're going up to the bar and you're basically getting 2 bottles of beer every time and 1 or 2 shots with every serving. So like you were getting trashed pretty easily.
Now that same bar, if you happen to recall, also on Thursday nights was dollar beers and karaoke.
Yeah.
So that was our go-to for quite a long time.
And if you were there on a Friday night, you would get stabbed.
And that's why they don't do those specials anymore.
Yeah.
Didn't Kathmandu have dollar domestics too?
No, I don't think Kathmandu did anything like that because I feel like
I swear it was a college night.
Kathmandu would get your price. Kathmandu was not as bad as people made it out to be. I will say that.
No, it wasn't. We've gone.
I never went.
You never went there?
Nope.
Right over the bridge. Mike has no idea what's going on.
It's very close to where I live, but it's I'm not going. And that's why I'm still alive today. Mike, are you drinking anything right now?
Yes, I got a bourbon and Coke. I have the barrel strength bourbon, bullet bourbon. I usually mix bourbon with Diet Coke so it doesn't get too sweet. But this is what I had handy tonight. I'm a bourbon and Coke guy like 9 times out of 10, or bourbon straight on the rocks.
That's actually a very good tip. Someone gave me that tip before about the diet with the bourbon because it's not overly sweet and it mixes well because it's not diet at that point. It's a mix. Exactly.
And also the diet just isn't quite as carbonated, so it's not as harsh going down too. If you're gonna mix bourbon with something, I recommend Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi, whatever. I mean, Pepsi's not a good mixer anyway, but if that's what they got, it's what they got. If you're looking to drink Diet Pepsi or Pepsi with anything, just drink it on the rocks at that point. You don't poison yourself. Pepsi's disgusting.
I used to be all about Pepsi and didn't like Coke for decades, and I don't like Coke anymore. I don't like Pepsi at all anymore. It just doesn't taste the way that it used to. I know they changed the sugar and all, but it's just not good. I don't want to drink it. I don't think I ever mixed Pepsi and really anything. But I do have a drink that I did mix together. Now, I don't know if the Skype is blocking it out here. But I have myself unfortunately, it's just regular Jack Daniels. I prefer the Tennessee Honey, but
Yes.
I also mix it with the Tennessee Honey typically with cream soda. It's fantastic. So I tried it with just the regular Jack here tonight. Not bad. It doesn't blend as well, just because of the sweetness with the Tennessee Honey. Really mixes well with the cream soda, but it's not too bad. So, and Bill is abstaining from drinking. Actually, everybody give him a round of applause. It's been a while for Bill now, so he is actually cutting alcohol out of his life. So I can understand, Bill, from where you're sitting right now. I mean, a conversation like this, maybe, and it's weird to think about. Like, it could be really with any topic, like something that you used to do or places you used to go or whatever it might be that you don't, really associate yourself with anymore, or at least haven't been. Is it strange for you to have a conversation about something that you just don't really partake in anymore?
I don't think it's strange. I mean, I think the the first thing I think when you tell somebody like you're not drinking or whatever, like immediately everybody thinks you have a problem. They don't know how to then act around you. They feel like they gotta behave a certain way or can't do anything. My coming to this wasn't purposeful or anything like that. I didn't set out to do this or anything like that. It just kind of COVID caused it in the sense that just being home and like I'm not like motivated to drink at home. I was never like really the type that came home from a long day and like had to crack one open or mix a cocktail or something like that. And I didn't really know the topic of the show until I think like last night when I saw the change in with the topics. And so I didn't know like I didn't know if I was going to be the right guest for this show. But it's I don't have any problem with it. And I think it does give you a different outlook and stuff like that on some things. But it's just been something that 1 week turned into 2, and then 2 turned into a month, and then I don't know. Here I am. I don't even know how many months it's been. September 20th will be 6 months. So
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's not. Yeah, I don't miss it. I don't. Not like seeking it or anything like that. Will I drink again? Yeah, probably. I'm not like sworn off it or anything, but it's just I don't have the gumption to just do it. So
It's a great word.
It almost sounds to me like you're cutting back on it the way people cut back on sugar, like
Yeah, it's
He's doing the Atkins diet.
and it's it's like the next day too. Like I mean, I just feel even after like a few drinks, like Sean can come over and we split a 6-pack, and it's like the next day, it's like I just feel like my whole next day is like trying to catch up and cover, and it's it's sluggish for as much casual drinking that takes place. It's a chore at the same time. So I don't know. This year has affected a lot of people's lifestyles and choices and things like that, and the forced nature of the situation has allowed me to just experience something that I probably would not have otherwise gone so willingly. So I'm just seeing how it plays out.
Well, we absolutely support you in your endeavors to stay clean and sober. So absolutely, we're behind you 100% there. You look great. You don't look like that, jaundiced piece of shit that you usually do. So yeah, if there's any benefit.
I also don't have a cocktail of other substances in me either right now. So that's, always great.
Yeah.
Keywords cock.
Bartender, I'll take another, please.
Beer cock.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sorry, I just had to order another one. So yeah, I guess we talked about what we are drinking. We talked about what we're not drinking. So let's talk about just when you're in the midst of drinking. I want to get into some drunk stories here because I feel like this part of the conversation is going to be more tailored to somebody like a gentleman with a nickname like Rowdy Roddy, because I've seen Bill drunk plenty of times, and he's always a blast. He's always a good time. So I want to go around and just off the top of your head, give me one of, you don't have to give me your all-time like drunk story, but like give me one of your better ones. Dex, let's start off with you.
I got banned from a bar after leaving Tazi's house.
All right, tying him back into it. There you go.
So
what happened?
Yeah, right. Just to tie you back in. Now, basically, the day started. Yeah, the day started off. At the time, I had a DJ business with a buddy of mine, and we were DJing a friend's grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary. Well, we all live in Levittown, right? So it's like, I lived in Cobalt Ridge. My buddy was turning 21. We had his 21st birthday party in his backyard, which was in Quincy Hollow, which you could walk to. And I had a little motorized moped that it was like not a moped, you didn't sit on it, like a Razor scooter with a fucking motor on it. So I would literally drive that thing around Levittown, and because all my other friends had kids at the time, like I got 3 now, but they all had a kid back then, I didn't. So there was always at least a designated driver. So I rode my scooter to the house, played beer pong with liquor, and then it was his grandparents' actual anniversary that we were DJing the next day. After so long at that party, he said, okay, I'm going to go prep the wedding, or prep the anniversary. Left there, drove across into Golden Ridge, where my buddy lived, which is Alex. So went to his house, we prepped, drank there, and then we get a call, hey, Tazi's having a party. So we go over there, pay like the $5 cover you were charging everybody to drink from the keg. Played beer pong for a good 2 hours. Again, I'm not driving, so everyone's like, oh, just keep giving Dex drinks, it's fine. And then finally I'm like, all right, I'm done. But it was, let's go to Puss in Boots. Sure. I was like, I'm not drinking. But apparently it was funny where everyone's like, just split a beer with me, I'm not drinking. I bought into it, and everybody just kept handing me beers, and I just kept drinking. Well, apparently I threw up in the bathroom, it clogged. I just got out and just waved to people, and then walked out the door and started walking home. And then like so Alex
started walking
Alex had
home?
I started walking home from Puss in Boots thinking I'd make it to my house. And then Alex calls me, he's like, where are you at? I was like, I'm walking home, don't worry, I'll be fine. Next thing I know, they're pulling up, cutting me off in the road, threw me in the back of his truck. I wasn't allowed inside. I was in the back of the truck bed, and then I got driven home and told to go to my room.
So how far from Puss in Boots did you make it before they hauled you away?
I got to the bar, which is,
You
I don't know. It was a decent. Yeah, I got pretty far before they realized that I left.
So you wandered from Puss in Boots, I guess, through whatever section.
Juniper?
Right there. Vermilion Hills, is that?
Yeah, I think it is Vermilion Hills.
And then
Yeah.
I
feel like Dex should have like a superimposed map of Levittown in the background.
If I would have thought about it, I should have had like a drawing and the map and highlighted route of like where I went.
We need John Madden up here with the telestrator going on. Look, he's over here at Puss in Boots, and boom, he's over here at the bar.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how, but that's one of my.
You see, in Levittown, all the streets start with the same name. So, here he is in Vermilion Hills, and then next thing you know, he's on Viaduct, and then he's over on Violet, and then he's over here.
But you know how much that helps, though, when you're drunk, you know where you are based off of a street name?
Yep.
yeah, that helped tremendously. So yeah, that would probably be one of my crazy stories there.
Very nice, very nice. Mike, you are up, sir. Tell us something saucy.
Oh man. I've only ever
Salacious.
oof, man. My mom listens to this show, unfortunately. No, thank God she doesn't. Okay, so
Oh my God, Michael, what are you doing with your life?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
also I don't know why I sound like I smoke 10 packs of cigarettes a day. I
Go get me a pack of Pall Malls.
Michael, what are those white ropes on that mirror behind you?
Now, when I was living down south, I used to every Friday night I'd party with some friends, and there was one night I showed up late, and like an idiot, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play catch up because everyone else has been drinking longer than me. I'm gonna try and get caught up." It was a dumb fucking idea. So I start pounding vodka like you wouldn't believe. After about 45 minutes, I was like, I need to go to the bathroom, and I didn't leave the bathroom for like an hour and a half. I was hugging it and just throwing up everything. And I guess eventually everybody was like, "Hey, where'd Mike go?" Because all of a sudden the door opens and there's just 10 people looking in the bathroom door, and I was just like, "Don't look at me, I'm idiots." And I don't know how they did it. I woke up the next morning, and this was a guy's house I didn't go to very often. It's just where the party was that night. But I woke up in a bed I didn't recognize, and I kind of had that moment, that little checklist you have when you wake up in a strange place. You're like, okay, am I naked? No. Okay, cool. All right. Am I alone? Yes. Okay. Thank God. All right. Cool. Where the hell am I? And you start just trying to figure out where you are based on like the sounds around you or whatever. It turns out I was in the guy's upstairs spare room. And I woke up and I finally went and found him. I was like, how the hell did I get up here? And they were like, oh, your friend Ashley took you upstairs. And I was like, Ashley weighs like 90 pounds soaking wet. How'd she carry my fat, drunk, stumbling ass up the stairs, tuck my ass in bed? And apparently she like took a maze there and was like putting the cloth on my head and had a trash can for me to puke up on, which I had to replace. And I was amazed. I was like, she pulled out like some mama bear feats of strength, like oh, they say if a mom used to save her child, she could lift the bus. I was like, she found a way to lift this fucking bus up the stairs. I have other than that, I have almost no memory of that night. Everything I'm telling you, I have learned from other people telling me. I have no recollection. I remember getting to the party and starting drinking, and that's really about it. And then waking up the next morning. So I don't know if there's more to it that nobody's telling me. But that's also the only one of those stories I have. I usually am a pretty under control drinker. It's rare that I get like drunk unless it's like specifically like at a party for the intended purpose, but I haven't done that in probably 5 years. With the exception of like when I go camping in the summer, usually we have one night where we just get absolutely tanked, but it's the same group of guys, so it's kind of fitting. Even I was so sure I was going to be at home just drinking every night during COVID. Honestly, like this is the first time I've like had a drink in like 3 weeks. It's one of those things where it just kind of became it's there, but it's just like I don't know. I don't have that weird motivation. I guess it's because I'm still getting to go out and go to work. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like I drink less now that I'm stuck at home more. I guess because I don't know. I don't like drinking alone. I'd rather drink with other people. So, plus I've got so many friends around here that are sober now. Like a lot of my friends, I have two friends who have gone to AA, and so it's one of those where I don't have that motivation anymore, just because I'm usually with them when I'm not stuck at home. So, yeah. But that's probably the most crazy drunk story I've got, and I don't really remember any of it. But I guess that goes to show how fucking tanked I got. So,
all right. Well, Mike was possibly date raped at some point in his life. Bill, what do you got?
That's what I was debating. Like, what kind of story I should tell? Like, whether that I actually remember, or is it one of those ones where I got hammered and I was passed out
Yeah,
and
piece of
things
the game.
occurred around me, and I had to get caught up to speed. The I don't know. Sean just disappeared. He must have ran to the mini bar. I was gonna say, I think he was at the Halloween party here 2 years ago when Sean's back. Hey,
There he is.
I'm here.
I
I decided to go stop a drunk guy from hitting on this broad over here.
sweet. Sean, did you hear anything I just said?
No, I had some static issues.
I was I was saying I don't know if I should tell a story that I was I remember and I'm aware of, or something that I was drunk and people had to fill me in afterwards. But I was gonna say the Halloween party here 2 years ago, I got pretty bombed up and I passed out, and then I had to be filled in like the next day. That remember that dude that came, Anthony, with his girlfriend, and then she was like getting all sauced up, and she was a total slut, and like my two neighbors started hitting on her and tried to like get her to come back with them so they could run a train on her, and then she Sam told her to leave or whatever, and she started getting all pissy and threw her boyfriend's cell phone like across the street, and then the Uber like showed up, tried to like pick her up, and then she refused to get in the Uber, so she came back to the house, tried to fight my wife.
Jaeger bombs. Jesus Christ. Wow. Yep. My go-to is normally a beer. Um, I like to switch it up between the different Yinglings. I'll go from like a black and tan to just a normal lager. Sometimes I like to get like a nice microbrew too. A good banana bread. It's fall, so a couple pumpkin brews or some Oktoberfest definitely coming up soon. I'm sure the next episode I'll have one of those. But yeah, typically a beer. No, and I looked for you told me that last time because I think I had Boddington's, which was not too bad. I'll have to go there because it wasn't at Ben Salem's. Yeah, it wasn't at the Ben Salem place I go to. But yeah, more likely a beer. I can't do much liquor from like you said. We got all these crazy drunk stories. I drank so much that like I destroyed my esophagus. I have like a hernia, inflamed esophagus, a hernia, and acid reflux. Like if seriously, like if I do any kind of straight liquor, like I'll be on the floor like gasping for air because it screws with me that bad. I can do mixed drinks, not too many, but I can do those. So yeah, I typically stick to a beer, usually lagers. If I feel like drinking just some light beers, it's usually PBR, but it's typically my Yingling, and then I go from there. No. They refill growlers? Good.
Do the vodka too much. If I do, it's like a vodka and Red Bull, and it's like I'm drinking it because I need a pick me up or something like that. But um, typically going with like a Jack and Coke or a rum and Coke or a Jameson and ginger is another good one. You had the Tennessee Honey. I like that with the ginger ale. Um, I just turned somebody else on to a drink the other day. A coworker of mine was like, "Yeah, I got a bottle of gin for the week," and I was like, "Oh, you should make it Tom Collins." He was like, "What's that?" I'm
Ooh.
like, "Dude, Tom Collins." I'm like, "Dude, I'm like, that's old school, man. You gotta look it up." And he ended up texting me. He's like, "Oh my god." He's like, "How did I never know about this?" And it's funny, like some of these old school drinks and stuff like that get lost in the way. But you know what's another good drink that gets forgotten about and it's really good is rum runners. Have you guys ever had rum runners?
Oh yeah.
Are they not good, Mike?
Oh, buddy.
I think I
Dude,
know what I'm getting
rum
this
runners,
weekend.
man. That's
See,
dude, rum
that's like a
runners,
down the
man. Like
shore,
that's
like warm weather drink there.
yeah, dude.
It's
That's
up
like
with like a hurricane or something. Like, oh, it's so good.
yeah, that's one of those ones that I feel like it's timeless. It gets forgotten about, but yeah, it's a good time right there. Rum runners, baby.
Oh, man.
Mike, same question.
I'm very much a bourbon guy. I love my bourbon. Whiskey's fine too. That Tennessee honey stuff is delicious. Bourbon wise, I mean, if it's bourbon, whether it's something cheap like Old Crow or Beam, or you're talking,
Old granddad.
what?
Old granddad.
Granddad.
Oh yeah, Old Granddad. Or like a Bullet or a Woodford Reserve. You want to get into the fancy shit that if you drink it on the rocks or nothing at all, you don't mix that shit with.
Can't see
You don't
it.
mix that with Coke. That's
No.
no. But yeah, I like whiskey.
Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark's pretty good. I'll drink a Maker's Mark.
Got a
Uh,
Gentleman Jack here.
Yeah.
Wow, like transparent bottles. Jesus Lord.
I don't drink
I
a lot.
bring props like I'm fucking Gallagher, and it doesn't work.
From vodka. Vodka is what I was drinking that night that I blacked out. Granted, we were also like poor as shit, so we were drinking like cheap ass Burnett's cherry vodka, which is just fucking.
Swedish fish vodka. That shit's delicious.
That Burnett cherry vodka is just it's ass. I don't do with tequila. I like tequila. Tequila doesn't like me. I'm in kind of an abusive relationship with tequila.
Mike, I always say tequila replaces problems with new problems.
It 100% does. I have an abusive relationship with tequila where it asks me to come back and I say no, I'm not coming back. And it swears it won't ever hurt me again, so I go back, and then it beats the shit out of me, and I wonder why it, so I leave, and then it begs me to come back again. Like it's
yeah. I got a bad drunk story with tequila. Here you go. So tequila makes me throw up. If I can drink a margarita, fine. In the last 2-3 years, I can handle a tequila shot now without throwing up. But yeah, from the time that I was old enough to start drinking it, I would instantaneously throw up from just getting it down the gullet. So I'm in college, recently broken up with, I got dumped. We'll call it that, by my girlfriend at the time of 3 years. So I'm up in town at a bar one night, and I see her and her two girlfriends coming in, and I'm like, here we go. I don't want to see her, but whatever. Like, I'll just be the bigger person. I'll go over, say hello, buy them a drink or something, say be a nice gentleman. So I'm like, all right, what can I get you? And the one girl, tequila shots. And at that point, I knew I was in serious trouble. But I'm like, all right, well, I can't tell her no. I'm a pussy and I'm gonna throw up. I can't do that. So we order the tequila, take the shots, and right away I know I'm a pussy and I'm about to throw up. So I'm like, all right, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. And I start walking towards the bathroom. I make it 3 or so steps, and I puked all over myself right in front of the girls. And then I just had to leave after that. It's an utter embarrassment. So thanks, tequila.
Also, as mentioned at the top, I love my hard ciders. Like I love Angry Orchard, Woodchuck. Stella's got one.
Woodchuck sent me free shit in the mail a couple years ago, just because I tweeted out there. I posted an Instagram picture of they have a bourbon barrel aged select one that I had to go to Jersey to find. Yeah. And I posted an Instagram picture that I had found it, and they contacted me. T-shirt and a couple glasses just in the mail for nothing. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, you know what's a dangerous beer? Do you remember Wild Blue, Sean? Oh,
I do. If you ever want to know what it looks like when you wipe your ass and the toilet paper is full, drink a 6-pack of Wild Blue and find out.
Mike, have you had Wild Blue or Dex?
I'm not a big beer guy.
No.
So
Fantastic.
It's not even really a beer. It's like
it's blueberry.
It's like Welch's grape made a beer.
I don't know how I feel about that.
No.
It's pretty heavily. I forget what the alcohol content is, but it's pretty heavy. But you don't know it because, Bill, when you were talking earlier with the Moscato and the sweetness,
it's one of those sugary sweet
absolutely
that fucks you up.
I did have that.
So
that shit is horrible.
They have a couple of them. There's blueberry, there's strawberry. They have a couple brands, but anything with that real high content sugar that makes you not think that you're actually drinking liquor or alcohol, and then you keep drinking it. Oh, this just tastes like juice. I can keep going. And then an hour into it, it catches up with you, and you're fucking drunk the rest of the night. You got to watch out for that kind of stuff. But I mean, at the same time, I think I'm okay with stuff like that, just because after we'll go with remember the Not Your Father's root beer.
Yeah.
Just had some of that the other night.
like stuff like that, like really sweet. After like 1, 2, or 3 of them, like it actually starts to hurt my stomach to the point where I can't drink it anymore just because it is so sugary. And
I could drink one of those.
Yeah, they're too sugary. I just can't do it.
Sweet. Yeah.
There's another root beer that's actually not that bad.
Which one? I'm not even a root beer fan, actually.
There's one. I can't remember what it is right now, though. I can't remember, but there is a hard root beer that's not too bad, but I can't remember what it is.
Barks.
It's called Not Too Bad Root Beer.
Yeah, not your grandmother's root beer.
Yeah, it's called your uncle's hard root beer.
Yeah, your creepy uncle's magic root beer.
It's called make your fucking own.
I'll tell you something I like that's hard to get because most places don't have the stuff to make it. But I love a good mojito.
Mojitos.
Yes, my wife makes good mojitos.
I tried one at a bar a few years ago down the shore. I was like, let me try a mojito. I never had one. I watched the bartender make it. It was the most, putrid fucking thing I've tasted. I was like, it's fucking mint fucking grounded up with some fucking clear booze. I was like, this shit
Right, you
sucks.
had the wrong person make you a mojito.
Not a mint fan.
Dude, I got fresh mint.
You gotta smack it first. You smack the mint, then you put it in, then you muddle it.
Muddle.
You gotta muddle. His mutter was a mutter.
Hello, Mata. Hello, Pop.
In terms of my go-tos, I'm primarily a beer drinker, and I like light beer. Yeah, Miller Lite, Coors Light. I mean, I don't really have to drink Coors Light unless I have to, but I'll drink it. I like my Rollin' Rocks. In the summertime, I like my Bud Light Limes, the lime candy type of lemonade stuff. If I am gonna go,
try that. I tried the Leinenkugel recently. Not bad. Not a big beer guy, but that's not bad.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, and
yeah.
Especially for the summertime when you don't want something as heavy when it's hot outside, you can just keep pounding them. It's a little bit refreshing when you're getting drunk. Yeah, the little shandy, the Leinenkugels.
I like a good Blue Moon when I'm grilling.
Okay, I can drink Blue Moon. I don't prefer it, but I mean, it's one of the ones that I'll drink. Like, I'm not going to drink a Yingling. I'm not going to drink really any IPA. I'm anti-IPA. Not on that train. They're skunked to me. So, but in terms of liquor, like I said, the Tennessee Honey, like, I don't really drink a lot of liquor. It's a very rare occasion that I do. Maybe this bottle will show up because it's not see-through. Let me check it out.
Nope.
Maybe it's not, dude. No, god damn you son of a. No. Wolf of Taiku Sake. Taiku. Yeah, Bill and I are big sake fans. I don't know if anybody else is. You go to they got the warm sake coming out.
I'll shoot some sake.
Yeah. It's a good stuff. And my wife a couple years ago, she got me a little sake set, little shot glasses. I think they're like made of stone. They're pretty cool. She uses them for an ashtray currently, so that's great. Yeah, but I mean, in terms of liquor, I think I've gotten in more trouble drinking liquor than I have with beer, just because like we were talking about when you're mixing drinks and you got stuff that doesn't even taste like you're drinking alcohol. That's usually what leads to it. I mean, you can sit and chug beers all day long, but once the liquor gets involved, they say liquor never sicker, right? Beer before
liquor
something.
Before beer, you're in the clear.
There it is. There you go. You got to know your
Actually,
order of
speaking of
operations
mixed
for
drinks, have you guys tried Southern Comfort and Dr. Pepper? Call it a Dr. Comfort.
Oh.
That was my drink for a while. I had 100 proof SoCo and Dr. Pepper. I used to drink like 4 of those in a night and I'd be done. But it was a smooth drink.
So I hate Fireball with a passion.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one.
But
This man.
But if you take a shot of Fireball and add it to like a pint of Angry Orchard, it's delicious.
That sounds pretty good.
Or you can do it like an Irish car bomb, but I've done that too. But yeah, you add a shot of Fireball to Angry Orchard, and it's like cinnamon applesauce. It's for some reason that's what makes Fireball work for me anyway.
I like it. Bill, give me a drink you could never, a liquor or beer you could never ever drink again.
Goldschlager or Rumpelmans.
I like Goldschlager. Rumpelmint's not going to drink by itself unless it's with Goldschlager. But yeah, I can. I see where you come with the Rumpelmints. Dex, give me a spirit you would never drink again.
99 bananas.
Ooh.
And that's just because I like bananas, not as a liquor. And there's as another drunk story. We had a party at our friend Jim's house, and I'll never forget. I was black. We're drunk. Everybody's asleep, and then I just remember waking up, and I'm like, "What the hell is that noise?" And all I smelled was bananas. And you look over, and there's your friend projectile vomiting across it's his house, so it's his living room. So I didn't give a shit. But it's like, yep, never again. I have touched that stuff since that night. Never again.
Very good. For me, it's going to be green apple Smirnoff. Another. I don't even know what you're talking about, to be honest with you. When I was in college, I think it had to have been the week I moved in. I never lived in the dorms. I lived in there because my older cousin lived there at the time, so I moved in with her. The first week I lived there, I think we were playing cards with our roommates, and I wound up drinking a whole bottle of green apple Smirnoff and just passing out on the bathroom floor. Woke up late to a 9 a.m. class the next day and start stumbling in, and my professor's standing like in the doorway, and I'm going up to him. And I had to have reeked terribly of alcohol, and I'm just looking at him like, "Do we not have class today?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're in the middle of a quiz. You're late."
Nice.
God. And here, my one roommate, I guess she was trying to get into the bathroom during the time I was passed out, and she said she was like smacking the door off of my head, and she's yelling for my cousin Abby. She's like, "Your cousin's having trouble. Come get him." So yeah, green apple Smirnoff. Will never drink that ever again.
That's awesome.
Anybody have any other quick stories they'd like to add before we close our tabs for the night?
I'll tell you what, my buddy's bachelor party, we were looking for just different stuff to get him fucked up on when we pregame before we went out, and we found at the grocery store you could get those like $3 single bottle beers that are just found one that was just called the Golden Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We popped the
11.5%.
Yeah. We popped the cap off that thing, and it just kind of wafted in the room, and all of us were just we made him drink the whole damn thing, and it didn't sit right the rest of the night, like, because by the time I was DDing, and by the time we got back to the apartment, I mean, he puked up like everything he'd eaten that night and everything he drank, but all you could smell was the Golden Monkey.
Yeah.
It was the worst, the absolute worst.
Is that Victory? It's a Victory beer. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have Sour Monkey too.
Yeah. It's a double IPA, I think. It's a good beer, but yeah, like one. What?
I was gonna say, is that an IPA or is it a hoppy beer, or am I thinking of Victory Hop Devil?
You're thinking of the Hop Devil.
Okay.
They have a Sour Monkey too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
That
Because we had a party.
Victory variety pack is pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we had a party and someone tried to bite the beer bottle open of a Golden Monkey, and I had to take them to the hospital because they had to get their.
I just had a drinking glass break in my mouth the other night.
Nice.
I'm glad I didn't swallow any of it. Yeah, well, you know what? I think we're going to settle up with the bartenders here and get ourselves into some AA meetings in our local area
you guys,
soon.
real quick, and
Yeah, I got to go to the bathroom.
I'll be right back. Stay right there.
All right, you threw in your card in the middle of the pile, right? No? All right, well, see you later.
I can't hear you. What?
All right, folks.
Man.
Well, that is going to do it for this episode of Mike's of the Sean Harrigan. Make sure you check out Dex Burgess on Suburban Paranormal and Mike Shea on Mixtape Radio and Bill lurking whatever crevices you can find him in. Links to everybody's social media and sites will be in the episode description, so make sure you go on, subscribe today, and check out all the great content that we have available over at the Cinescape Media Network. Make sure you check out our website at www.cinescape.media. You don't even need the www. Forget about that part. Just go on cinescape.media, subscribe today, find your next favorite podcast. Until next time, peace out.
I did that.
You did that? What you did?
What?